Hello and welcome back to Krafts by Katelyn. Today I'm sharing this beautiful wall decor piece that I made using items from Dollar Tree. So make sure you stay tuned to see how I put this together. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. So this DIY is actually made out of two of these Valentine love signs from Dollar Tree. I love how they actually have the little indentions in there. I tried to show you all the numbers just in case you did want to look those up. But I do think these signs are really cute by themselves, but I knew that I wanted to turn it into a larger piece. I also picked up one of these plain wooden hearts from Dollar Tree. I have picked up several of these lately. I just think they're really cute. I also picked up just a puzzle anyone would work. I used one with 500 pieces, and the pieces are smaller, but you definitely could pick one that had the larger pieces. So I love these little galvanized hearts on there, and I did try to be as careful as I could with those so that I could recycle them and use them on later crafts, and I ended up using one of them in this video. Whenever I pulled the metal hearts off of there, it did leave some glue, so I did take just a piece of sandpaper and sand that down evenly. So whenever I paint it, it will not show up. But I am going to be gluing that wooden heart in this area, so I didn't have to worry about getting it perfect, but I still didn't want the heart to be not even or lay flat against the sign. So whenever you remove the ribbon from the top, the little hangers that they come with, it does leave 4 little holes at the top. This didn't bother me. If it did, you could drill some more holes at the bottom or just paint some little dots at the bottom to make it look like nail holes and make them match together. I'm not sure what that was on the back. Whenever I purchased it, it looked like maybe some essential oil or something had spilled on it. But to put these together, I'm just going to glue them with hot glue, and you can use some E6000 if you choose, but I was going to add a lot of wood in the back to secure it, so I wasn't worried about it coming apart. To make sure that these stayed together really well, I'm using these really large craft sticks from Walmart. These are only a few dollars, and I use them on everything, so I really recommend getting them. But I'm just going to lay these evenly down the back, and then once I glue these on, this becomes a really sturdy piece. After I'd flipped it over, you can see that I am trying to bend it and pull on it, and it is staying together really well. So then some of the hot glue did seep through the middle of gluing these two pieces together, so I did just take my sandpaper and try to sand that down, and the hot glue mostly just peels off. So I'm taking a small little brush. These are just in those value packs that I pick up from Walmart, and I'm dipping it in some black apple barrel paint, and I'm just going to fill in these little cracks. I am going to be painting the entire piece, but I just wanted to make sure that these cracks were going to show up really good. So I get quite a bit of paint on my paintbrush, and then I push it down inside the crack, and then some of the paint does pull up on the edges, so that's why I'm making such a wide strip. I go back over it and make sure that all the paint is smoothed down. I also paint that middle strip. Some of it is piled up with hot glue, but it still covers all the glue and then leaves a little bit of black in the center. So to cover this, I'm going to be using some of my Waverly chalk paint in the elephant color. This is one of my favorite colors that they have, but it's just this dark gray color, and I'm just going to cover the entire sign with that. I pick up these really wide brushes from Walmart as well, and I think they're a 2-pack for around $5, but it is really good to have these. They are great for large projects like this. So I am trying to be careful whenever I am painting this, because I don't want to push the gray paint down inside of the little lines that I did paint black, but they do show through really nicely. There is some gray paint that does get down in there, but it all blends together really good. Whenever I thought that I was almost finished, I did go back and look, and you can kind of see some of the red letters poking through, so I did do a thicker coat on top of those. I got so excited whenever it was drying. I thought some of it, how it smudged together where the black wasn't 100% dry. It looked so good and really wood-like. So the next thing that I'm going to do is take this wooden heart, and I just remove the ribbon and the tags, and I give this a base coat of white, and then you can see that I have just a tiny bit of excess gray on that little painting tray. So I dip the corner of my brush in that just to give it a few little gray streaks inside so the heart just isn't washed out white. If you ever think that you get too much gray in a certain area, I just dip my brush back in the white and then go over it, and then it blends all back together. So next I'm going to be using this 500 piece puzzle. I actually showed this in my DIY Christmas gift baskets video, but we never put this together, and I'm sure as busy as I stay, I'll never get the opportunity. But these are just $1 at Dollar Tree, and like I say, if you wanted to use larger pieces, they do have puzzles of different sizes there. I got out way too many puzzle pieces, so do not get overwhelmed and think that this is way too many to paint, because I only used like half of the ones that I painted. But obviously I am just laying them face down so that I have a nice good base of the brown. And at first I covered them a lot with the white, but then I really loved just the whitewash look, so I just tried to barely rub the paint over the brown so that some of the brown would peek through the puzzle piece. So I waited for all my puzzle pieces to completely dry, and then I'm going to be using my hot glue gun just to secure these pieces. I just did one row around the edges, and then I went back and did a second row right beside of it. At first I tried to glue down each individual piece, but I found it a lot easier to hot glue little lines and then just push my pieces on there. I tried to make sure in the center of the heart that one did dip down a little bit to give it the definition of the heart. And then, like I say, I just go back through, and then right beside of it, I hot glued the second line. To build up the heart and give it a little bit more dimension, I did glue a piece in the center of those two rows so that it did stick up. And for those, I did hot glue each piece on there so that the hot glue wouldn't bubble out the sides of the pieces. Then I placed my heart on the little wooden sign, and then, like I say, I added this little galvanized heart. I think that's so cute. I'm putting that in the center of there. I also decided to add this cute little bow. And then to make this jute string bow, I'm just wrapping the jute string around my fingers about 5 or 6 times, and then pulling it off and double knotting it with another small piece of jute string. I also attached the bow on there with some hot glue, as well as added a ton of hot glue on the back of this metal heart just to make sure it didn't fall off. This does make the metal super hot, so be very careful if you do make this. To secure down the large heart, I also added a ton of hot glue on the back of there. And just make sure that you line it up really nicely before you press it all the way down. You can leave the little bow strings longer, but I decided to trim them down and give it more of a polished little look. And then for the lettering or the wording, I just typed up what I wanted it to say on Microsoft Word. And I decided that it was way too small, so I just got back on there and printed out a second one. And I cut these out so that I can use them for stencils. I do not like my free handwriting, so this is the only way that I like to make, especially wall decor, something that I'm going to hang up in my house and be proud of how the lettering looks on it. I couldn't find my chalk at first, so I did try the pencil shading. It didn't show up on the gray at all, so I did go back and look for it, and I did find my chalk, so I was able to use that to transfer the letters. So I wanted a cute little message that went along with it being a puzzle, so I chose thankful to be together, but you also could write love you to pieces, or me and you complete each other. You could come up with endless possibilities of a cute little saying. On camera, I think it's showing up that maybe it's kind of hard to see, but whenever I was really close to it, you could see each individual letter. I took this Sharpie paint marker and went over the letters just so they would show up really good, and then I just took a very small paintbrush and some white chalk paint to really make it bright white. I know that this piece has a lot of steps in it, but they are very simple. This is something that you wouldn't have to get done in one day. You could just work on it a little bit at a time. And this is something that not only it does go with Valentine's Day, but you could definitely keep this up year round. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Would you hang this just for Valentine's, or would you be fine with leaving this up all year? I just think it's so cute and it matches all my colors really well. I absolutely love how it came together, and I definitely think this is one of my favorite things that I've made on my channel. I decided to give it a little bit more detail by wrapping the jute string around the bottom, and then I just tie it in the back and secure it with hot glue, and then I just repeat that for the top of the sign. Like I say, I absolutely love how it came out. I really am proud of this. I think it's super, super cute, and I've already got it setting up in the dining room. So let me know what you all think. Do you love this, or is it too Valentine's so you would only hang it up once a year? Let me know in the comments down below. But I definitely think that I could get away leaving it out year round. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed. Bye!